It's just a measurement of, are you learning?
One thing I want to discuss that you both bring up is the budget hours. That's just so stressful for new staffs. Like the managers or
Yeah.
seniors will give staffs like, oh, these assignments or this tax return, the budget about 4 to 5 hours, or for example, cash audit for 2 hours. And then like new staff, we pretty much blow up the budget. And then
I felt
it's just so nervous, like, oh my gosh, we went over it. And then people say that it's okay, don't worry, you are new. But then you receive a comment during the review saying that it takes too long for you to finish it. And I was like, okay, what does that mean? As a senior manager, what would you say about budget hours for new staff or like for even for new seniors when they just start in this career? Because that's something that we as young or new always have headache about.
right. And maybe I'll take this first since, I don't think Crystal has they don't even have to do their time. That's
No.
like amazing.
That was, yes, that was a nice, that was a nice one.
Freedom.
Switch. Yes.
Yes. So I'll take this one. So on one hand, the budget is very important because we schedule towards it, right? Especially in busy season. What we get in the scheduling system is based on the budget, maybe plus 10%. Okay, so it's important because if we don't budget enough and we're asking you to work 50 hours a week, that automatically puts you in a bind, right? But it's also not a value statement on you, and we need to stop measuring ourselves and how we're doing against the budget. So it's a tool that we can use to measure progress. And like I said, facilitate when you should communicate, but we need to stop being hung up on it. And that's really hard to get through when you first start. I know that was very hard for me because it's one of the only points of data that you have seen in your career when you're new versus when you have a lot of years of experience, you realize there's other measurements that are used. And so first and foremost, to measure how you're doing, I say do not look at the budget, look at how effective you are at your work. So are you getting good points back to you, like you did a great job on this, it was correct, or you were able to make your own corrections? That's a better indicator of how you're doing. So I think effectiveness is more important in your career in the early days than efficiency, right? You will still get the efficiency comments like to grow and develop, you need to be more efficient, right? That is important on the grand scheme of things because, deadlines, pretty much, right? But everything's on a continuum scale, right? So if I have 2 associates and one can get them cash very high quality in 2 hours, but the other one takes 8 hours, but it's high quality, I'll take the 2-hour person first, right? They'll get more work because they can do more in a day. But if I have a person that can do cash in 8 hours and do it well, and a person that can do it in 4 hours and they do not do it well, and I have to spend 4 more hours to fix it, I'm going to take the person with 8, right? So I feel like having that example is helpful in how much weight you should give it, which I think emotionally you should not give it any. That's very hard to do. It's just a measurement of, are you learning? And it's something we can use to measure progress, but it's not on how good of an accountant you are or anything like that. So I think we need to give ourselves some grace and let go of the budget if it's being too emotional for you, right? And come back to it as a measurement tool. when you can emotionally handle it. Because I think, you know, sometimes it's just too hard. We cause way more stress than it's worth.